Hello everybody, so Elena here from Harry, Ireland, and so I am this morning in Castlemartyr. It's village east of Cork City, about 20 minutes, probably about 20 kilometers. And this is a ruin of Castlemartyr Castle. So this ruin stands, it's quite impressive actually. It's a 13th century castle, or it was, and it stands on the grounds of 5-star luxury hotel. For those of you who is not familiar with the area, so there is Woodland Resort not far, and there's also this one slightly further out, but they're both in East Cork, and this is where quite a few celebrities stay when they come and play concerts in Cork. So there you go. And there's a restored manor house here as well, and the 11 rooms out of the 103 in the hotel are situated in the manor house. I think that's it there. And then the rest of the rooms are in the modern part of the hotel. So they have a leisure center here and a golf course. So if you drive in, there's two entrances. One is blocked, one is just directly from the village. Castlemartyr itself, it's a beautiful little village with a cute pub and a couple of shops. My favorite one is a grocer, and I'll be filming there later as a part of this video. But it's actually my first time here on the grounds. I did live close by, about 20 minutes away, and I did pass this place quite a lot. But this is my first time on the grounds, and I'm working on something called Castles of Cork, and there are over 100 here of castles and ruins. So as a part of my project, I come out and I photograph ruins and make video vlogs about those ruins and castles. So it's quite pretty. It's very windy today, so I equipped myself with a microphone, and I hope the sound is good. So this is the original manor house that's been restored right next to the ruin. An impressive kind of a garden in the front, very British actually. It reminds me of British sort of manor houses. And there is a little patch of looks like they're growing rhubarb here, and you name it. Hotel, of course, is a restaurant, and I heard it's quite a nice place to dine. I have not been here, as I mentioned, so I'm not having lunch here today. I'm going further down to Shanagarry to have lunch in Kilkenny Design Centre, which is only a short drive away. But they have a lovely view of the lighthouse, and so I'll try and film it for you later. So I'm slightly out of breath, and it's quite windy, so I'm not gonna make this video very long. I just wanted to show you around the grounds, and I wanted to take photographs of this for my project. And there, all the way there, it's the golf course. It's a quite reputable golf course. Of course, maybe not as good as Fota. I think Fota is where they did the Open, Irish Open for 2014. I haven't heard of any big competition here, but all in all, a very pleasant place. And it's there's a woodland walk here as well, and river. There's quite a lot of people come down here from locality to walk their dogs and to walk and jog, I suppose, as well. Quite a few people would have golf memberships, and others, you know, aside from tourists, I suppose others come for lunch and afternoon tea, and you know, so like in most hotels in the village, they also have a leisure center here, which you can get a membership for. A couple of years ago, I was considering buying a house in this village right across the road. There's an estate, quite a new estate, and I probably should have bought it, but I just wasn't sure if I was staying in Cork at the time, and I didn't really like my job a lot, and I just didn't want to make a commitment. But it is a beautiful village. I'm sorry there's no sun here today. It was here in the morning, but it's very dark and just doesn't make the video very bright. But I just want you could appreciate the size of this ruin. You know, there aren't many ruins in this good of a condition, you know. I mean, okay, it has no roof and such thing, you know, and it doesn't look like there's been much done to it, but it is still standing, 13th century, Castlemartyr Castle. So I'm just going to move on and see what's around the other side. Stay with me, Elena here. So I'm now in a courtyard, and there's some cars parked, and it looks like the old stables here, they've been turned in some sort of accommodation, like cottages. But this tower, look at the flowers, so pretty, and this main tower is still in a very good condition. And there's a little entrance where I walked, and there's some more internal walls and more cottages or some sort of a housing. And I'm going to try and walk around. I'm sure I'm not disturbing anybody here, but this is very pretty. You know, they could be for rent, or it could be somebody who is working in a hotel living here, not sure. Personally, you know, when I was looking for accommodation around Cork, I saw quite a lot of lodges to rent from. Oh, it's a Trident Holiday Home, so there you go. If you fancy staying here. Somebody asked me to do a video where to stay in Cork. So Fota Resort has a number of lodges to rent. So, you know, if you are around Cork, it's quite a good option to rent a cottage for a week. And there are other, obviously, these ones that you can rent. This is East Cork, of course, you know, location might not work for you. But Fota is a little bit closer to the city. A lot closer, actually, and it's a good option if you're driving, but there's also a train. It's a bit of a walk from the lodges, of course, and cottages, but there's my husband at work. But I like the features of this, and it's a very pretty resort. The lake, there's a couple of horses here, and there's a bridge across the river. It's a shame it's just so dark. It's nice and quiet here, surprisingly, because it's just after St. Patrick's Day, so I would imagine it would be maybe people are just still asleep. It's quite early. I like to leave the house early and head out somewhere, you know, before it gets busy. So there's a swan coming my way, if anybody could see it. And there's a little duck, a couple of ducks actually, very pretty. There's probably a couple of locals walking their dogs and taking a walk. Yeah. So yeah, somebody asked me to do a video of places to stay in Ireland. So there you go. You have options. You have a hotel, but then you also have holiday homes or cottages or lodges, they call them in Fota, that are set on the ground of on the grounds of the hotel. You know, you can camp, and you can also do mobile home. I'm going to do a full video just to see all your options. There's a number of, like, if you like Kerry, there's a number of options there, like a caravan park where you could pitch a tent. I wouldn't do that because it rains a lot in Ireland, and you know, it's just not it's not a great option. There's 2 swans there now, so yeah, this one got a company. How lovely. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Anyway, subscribe to the channel, check out my books. I've written a number of books to help you save on your trip to Ireland. So they're all about free things to do. You could hear, and this is a free thing to do. So you could just drive up here and discover and take a walk. You know, there's no charge. Unlike many other tourist attractions in Ireland, I'm not gonna name, but you know the mainstream ones. You know, some of them very reasonable price. Myself, I did both. You know, I go to free places, and I've done all the mainstream attractions as well. But if you want to come to Ireland, if you want to have a mixture, or you know, if you're on a set budget and if you just want to see what the country has to offer with its beautiful landscape and what else to offer, you know, I highly recommend downloading 1 or 2 of my books. And Dublin and Cork are quite a popular one now, Free Things to Do, by Elena Clancy, myself, and they're available from Amazon, and the links are below this video. And I've listed quite a number of attractions that you could do at no cost around Cork and Dublin. And I also have a little book on Dublin, what to do in Dublin and what to see for free. So I hope it helps your travel planning and your budget, and I hope if you are dreaming about coming to Ireland, you know, it just doesn't stay a dream, that it becomes a reality.